Have you ever been a tambouriner?
No.
Me either.
I'm a runner.
Hello, it's me again. Back for another episode of the Black Girl Baking Show. It's not like I said black again, which I kind of like. I might have to keep that because I am black every day. Anyway, this is the Black Girl Baking Show. Thank you so much for watching and for coming here to this here YouTube channel. I really do appreciate. I really do. Take this time right now to go ahead and like it. Just know that it's gonna be good, okay? Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, share it with somebody, comment to me, say, hey girl, or something, because I'm gonna get into a very fun recipe today that's actually very simple. And I know I say that a lot, like I say that a lot, I know I do, but it's because once you learn the basics of baking, it's not as hard as you think. So it just seems like it's easier to me, and it goes by pretty quickly. So I'm here to teach you how to do things simplistically and very well, and how to pivot if you make a mistake, which I do very often. And today we're gonna make honey lavender creme brulee. Another French thing I know. The French desserts, they've permeated my repertoire, but they're so good. They really are tasty, and they're beautiful, and they're delicate, and all the things. So I'm gonna show you how to make this honey lavender creme brulee. And I know that lavender stuff can be real iffy. I felt the same way, don't worry. I also was like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about it. But I promise you, I assure you, you're gonna like it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm not gonna lie, I already skipped forward a step because I didn't feel like waiting. Ordinarily, I do everything right here in front of y'all because I wanted to feel like I'm really walking you through. But this step was literally like not anything to be seen and it takes a long time, so I did it ahead of time. This is the lavender milk mixture, okay? What it is heavy whipping cream, lavender, fresh lavender that I actually got at a lavender field last year. It's dried up, it's been sitting in my cabinet for a year now. And I just pull off these little nodules. I don't know what they call them, but yeah, they break off really easily. See, just like that. They're just falling in there, just like that. And this is culinary lavender. Make sure you get culinary lavender and not lavender that's supposed to be used for like candles or lotions or something. There's a difference. I don't know what it is because I'm not a botanist. I'm a baker. So it's some fresh lavender, it's heavy whipping cream, it's a tablespoon of honey, and like a pinch of salt, and also a teaspoon or two of some vanilla extract. Then I put it in this here pot. I turn on the heat. It began to simmer. I turned it off. It's been steeping for, at this point, probably about an hour and a half or two. But all you need to do is let it steep for 30 minutes. So now I have this here, and I actually need some kind of measuring cup. Now that I think about it, I didn't plan that through. Hold on. So now I have a strainer because I have flowers in my milk and I need to get the flowers out. So let me get this strainer, and because I'm so coordinated, look at all this hand movement I got going on here. Strain the lavender milk into the strainer to get all the lavender pieces out. Oh, what we need is some egg yolks. I almost said whites. Egg yolk. I'm gonna take my eggs, separate them so I can get the whites in one space, the yolks in another. These eggs have also been sitting out for a while, which kind of makes them more dangerous and difficult to separate because if you puncture them, it's a lot easier to puncture them actually. So I'm gonna carefully separate them to get all the whites away from the yolks. Hello, Mother.
Hi. Hi, sweetie.
Oh, you look cute.
Oh, tantrum.
Very sunshiny.
Tantrum.
Yeah. And you got some heels on. Okay, I see you.
This is once a month kind of deal. Once a month. And my feet are saying, why'd you do this to me today? Because I needed to.
For the fashions.
Yeah, I know, but yeah. But I had to suffer.
You look so nice.
Don't she look
Thank
cute?
you. Lord knows I tried.
And you do.
Yep.
And do. That's what the young people say. And do. Have you ever been a tambouriner?
No.
Me either.
I could never. I'm a runner. Like,
Oh. I'm a runner. So now whisk the egg yolks a little bit just to break them up and mix them together. Temper your eggs. You'll pour a little bit of milk in while vigorously mixing so that it'll keep moving around and not cook in place. And then you'll take the rest of this mixture and pour it back into the rest of the milk to incorporate the eggs into the whole mixture. Okay. Now, if you did that and you got some little cooked egg pieces in there, you can strain it once more through your strainer to make sure you get out any clumps, because creme brulee is supposed to be creme, which is French for cream. And for something to be creamy, you don't have lumps. So get them lumps out. These are called ramekins. Ramekins are little porcelain containers, more ASMR. And you bake things in them, like dips and whatever. So just pour it in, and you can pour as high as you like. I'm gonna try to pour these equally, but you know, whatever happens, happens. Keep in mind, this is basically like a custard. So nothing's gonna stick and get weird. It's just gonna be like pudding or custard. I'm gonna put the ramekins in here first, and then you wanna pour the water into the side of the container. Do not pour it into the ramekins where the creme brulee is. That will in fact ruin them. Pour it into whatever container you're choosing to put your ramekins into. It can be a baking sheet, it can be a pie pan, whatever. As long as you can fit them in there safely and not splash any water inside, you'll be good. You want to have the water go about halfway up the side, so I probably need another cup to do. Okay, now I have my oven preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. All you're gonna do is put them in the oven and let them bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. You'll see that the center is still a little bit jiggly, but the outside rim is firm. You can touch it and it shouldn't move around too much. So let me open this first, actually. We're gonna bake them. Careful, no splashing. Then we'll be back. The creme brulees have been baked. They have been cooled a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I rushed the process a little bit because I'm tired of doing this today. I just want to go about my day. So they've been cooled. You'll see that the inside is a little jiggly, the outside is firm. That's what you're wanting when you bake them. It took about 35-40 minutes total instead of 25 to 30. That's all right. This is the process of baking. We live and we learn. So now we're gonna do the fun part, the brulee that goes on top of the creme. You take some sugar, sprinkle it on top in a nice thin, even layer, something like that. So I like to kind of shake it around a little bit, make it even. I have this little torch that I use for my creme brulees. However, if you don't have one, you can also just put it in your oven on the broiler on the very top for like a minute or two at a time. But I like to feel legit. So I'm just gonna torch it and hopefully it won't take too long, because sometimes it does. But you just want all the sugar to start melting down and caramelizing and getting brown. And you have to let it get to the brown stage, because if you don't, it won't be crunchy and crisp. Creme brulee should have a slight crunch to it, and you gotta let that sugar crystallize. All right, I'm gonna call it, that's enough. But you wanna let it cool for a second. Let all the sugar crystals, you know, cool down so they can harden. And then you just eat it. Now, as I said before, this is still warm because I didn't wait the full time. Yeah, so yeah, it's way too soft, but it's just like a custard, you know, it's just like a pudding. It should not be steaming. You already know why. Just cool off my pudding. You know, honestly, it still tastes really good. The flavor is beautiful. The lavender is not too strong. Doesn't taste like soap, even a little bit. I still got some crunchy sugar in there. I just need to let it cool longer. And these I'll let cool for later on. But right now I am gonna actually enjoy this because it still tastes really good. Thank you so much for watching another episode. I really appreciate you taking your time with me and being patient with my nonsense and not actually letting things cool all the way, because that's just how I do things sometimes. Like I said earlier, like, comment, subscribe, share with somebody, tell somebody, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!